Alright, in this video we are going to make paper lilac. So this is so last minute. I didn't really intend to make a paper lilac, but I am going to join the Rochester Lilac Festival this weekend. So it's like, okay, it's like you're gonna be too bored if you don't have anything lilac. So last minute I made a paper lilac in a pot. Honestly, I'm going to share what I've realized. When I design paper flowers, I really want it to be, as realistic as possible. And working with cardstock, it's a challenge that is both, will motivate you to think out of the box of how to convert, cardstock into something realistic. Because if it's going to be, crepe paper, then it's going to be easier. But with crepe paper, there's a challenge. But then on the selling side, it's more of if I go that route, making one pot really takes time. And it's like, I cannot really sell it, for a low cost. And in the selling side, that's really, a downside. I designed this template and the goal of selling this at a lower cost. Probably I'm gonna sell this for like 25, and that's why the template and the technique is easy for me to be able to just whip it up in a couple of minutes. Not really minutes, but still less than an hour. Yeah, so let's go ahead. And by the way, you'll be hearing birds chirping because I am taking advantage of the nicer weather this spring, and also it's sunny today, and in my studio or in my basement it's really dark, and I really love natural light, so that's why we're here outside. Anyway, so for this template we have three kinds of two shapes, which is like this slimmer petals, and then this like fatter petal, chubbier petal, and then we have two sizes, so the smaller one and then this a larger one. So this is both same in width and height. Anyway, so we are going to use this like ball tool, and I don't have a mat like that, foam mat, so an alternative would be styrofoam. I find it easier and I find the shape better if I curl it like this first. And then that's where I do like curl it like this. An easier way, because again, the goal here is to be able to sell this at a lower cost. The goal here is, just to crunch it up like that. No need to roll it like all the way. It would be easier to just crump up these petals. But it's up to you if you feel more comfortable crumping everything up. It's really up to you. But an easier way would be just doing something like this. Alright. So I do have an extra one, and this will be like our starting bud. I forgot to curl it like this. And then we are going to prep our stems. So for our stems, I'm gonna use like three heights or lengths, because the lilac is like conical. So it's like I need like a shorter stem for the top, and then as it goes down it becomes longer. I'm gonna use like three lengths for the wire here. One would be like 2 inches, so you can get that. So this is, I believe, like 14 inches. This is 22 gauge floral wire, so 12, yeah, so this is 14 inches. So what I usually do with the shortest wire would be bending it in half and then cutting it, and then cut it in half again, and then cut it in half again. So you'll have a total of 8 pieces for one wire, or 1/14-inch wire, and then the resulting length would be about 1.75. I usually eyeball it, so I end up with around 1.75 to 2 inches. Some like 1.75, some 2 inches. but that's the shortest wire. For the middle one, I cut about 6, so that would end up about 2.3 inches or 2.25 inches. So what I usually do, I bend it and then cut it in half and then divide, this length into 3. So that would give me like 6 pieces. And then for the longest one, so I divide it by 5, and that would leave me about like 2.8 to 3 inches. So you can just measure it. So about here. And then when I've cut that first one, so this is for the longest one, I just, cut it in half. I usually just eyeball again and then cut it in. So this is the longest one. And then let's do the middle one. I'm just eyeballing this one. Alright. There you go. Okay. And then you can do the shortest one. For the wire, so do a loop. And then bend it to a 90. And then, honestly, for this flower, I almost used glue for everything. So I didn't use hot glue except for, securing the stem to the styrofoam. Damn! So I was recording earlier and I forgot to record. But yeah, so the next step would be, so we have looped all of the stems and then we are just gonna insert it. So I am going to place in, glue at the center near the hole, and then we are just going to insert it and then push it in like that until, the glue touches the loop. And then we are going to add glue here, and then I'm going to use my stick to reach out and get the center. So I am using glitter cardstock for the center. It's up to you what you want to use. I just noticed when I was looking at the images of lilacs, it has a kind of like a yellow center. An easier way, or like a mass production version of this, is just place the glue at the center near the hole. So I have another one here. So just place the glue near and then add in the wire, poke it in, and then we'll be adding the centers all at once, so that would be efficient. I'm going to add glue, and then add in the center all at once. There you go. I actually went ahead and made the others. So I am just going to organize this, and since I've mentioned I have short, medium, and then tallest or longest, and then I'm just gonna organize them like that, so it's easier to just pick them up when I'm assembling. So let's do that. So there we go. We have our flower separated by stem length. Oh, I have one more here. So this is medium. Before we proceed, I want to prep the leaves first so that the backing will be dried up and the paper will be adhered or attached to the wire later when we work with it. So my favorite, a white pen. I will be adding the template for the veins in the template, but then for this I am going blue and draw the lines. If you're going to draw the lines like this, I just go and draw them up like this. So like that. And then the wire is about 6 inches. We have this backing, so just put glue. There you go. Let's leave this aside and just let it dry. So we'll be needing 2 leaves per pot. Let's go and assemble our paper lilac. I will be cutting my 18-inch wire to 12 inches because I don't want it to be too tall. Again, my aim here is not to make a realistic one, just something that represents a lilac, because again, I want to sell it in a bit cheaper side. This is 12. I did save this one for the tip. So let's curl the tip. And then we are going to close this one. So I placed, on the sides of the petals. And then you're going to close it like this. Yeah, so this is our bud. And then get your floral tape. Don't forget to stretch it out. And then let's start adding the smaller ones. I usually start with 3 pieces for the first layer. And then just add as we go down. Okay, so I have used up all 8 of the shortest ones. So I'm gonna go and proceed with the medium ones. And I have 10 in total. Alright, so let's proceed with the longest ones. I have 12 in total. And it's honestly up to you. If you're like happy with this, you can stop. But it's like I'm just gonna proceed and fill up the bottom part. So again, just make sure that it's kind of conical. Alright, so we are done with this. And what we're gonna do is I am going to add a thicker wire to this part. So the reason that I used a thinner wire for, the as the stem, as the main stem, is that we added a lot of flowers or a lot of pieces. Naturally, the stem will get thick like on this part. If we used a thicker wire from the get-go, then it will like really get thick on this part. So my intention was, to just add a thicker wire here at the bottom. So there, it continued seamlessly, and I'm going to put that there. So let's put this aside for now and let us just curl our leaves. If you have a dowel, then that's perfect, but I usually just curl it like this and then bend it like this, and then voila, there you go. Just bend it like that, and then we can go ahead and add the leaves. Trim about an inch down. I add the second one. Here's our lilac. What I'm gonna do is I am going to bend this bun. So this is gonna be like a pot, and it's so stiff if it's like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend this a bit this way. What about this? I think that's cool. Hi lilac. The wire was a bit long, so I've cut it like in our original like 12 inches. And then I am going to use a 2.5-inch pot. I'm going to poke it in. Yep, okay, so that's perfect. My glue is not yet hot, but just secure the stem to the styrofoam with glue, and then we can pour in our stones. Yeah, we are basically done with our paper flower pot, our paper lilac pot. Let me know what you think. Do leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. So yeah, this is our paper lilac pot.